guys, so by now I'm sure a lot of you have already heard about the Planned Parenthood shooting that happened in Colorado. This guy, Robert Louis Deere, went into a building that contained Planned Parenthood and shot a bunch of people. I believe 9 were injured and 3 were killed. So anytime something happens that revolves around Planned Parenthood, the right-wing religious community responds. And in this case, there were a lot of tweets about this particular incident where people were praising the shooter. They were saying that they're doing more good than harm because of all the babies that this guy is potentially saving by injuring people or killing people that are somehow involved with or going to Planned Parenthood to receive services. So I'm going to go through some of these tweets and just show you the stupidity that exists out there. And unfortunately, I wasn't surprised by it. Maybe you will be, maybe you won't be. Maybe I've just been doing this long enough to where I'm just not fazed by the idiocy that's out there anymore, but let's give it a try. First tweet by a guy named Brian Warner. Hashtag Planned Parenthood shooter has done more in one day to save black babies than hashtag Black Lives Matter has done in the last several months. Somehow this got 16 retweets and 9 favorites, and I don't know what it's at now. But like, I don't understand what Black Lives Matter has to do with any of this. I don't know the ethnicities or racial backgrounds of the victims, so we're just assuming that they were black in the case of this tweet, and we're also assuming that the women that were going to Planned Parenthood were going to Planned Parenthood to get abortions, which is most likely not the case, since I think the statistic is 3% of the services offered from Planned Parenthood include abortions. So most of the time it's prevention, it's, birth control, it's STD testing, which by the way is for men and women. Yeah, this tweet makes absolutely no sense. And I actually went to this guy's Twitter to see if he had anything else ridiculous, and to me it's pretty obvious that at least in this case, he's a troll. I haven't gone into depth searching all the people who tweeted stupid things, but this guy has pretty clearly admitted that he's a troll. But I don't know, then again he did have other tweets that were bashing Planned Parenthood, so I wonder how many unborn babies were saved by this gunman interrupting normal Planned Parenthood activities. Just looking on the bright side, which is hyphenated. 3 people were killed and 9 were injured. Let's just look on the bright side. No sympathy for any pregnant female who was injured in the Planned Parenthood shooting that was there to get an abortion. She deserved it. If they already had an abortion, you're not saving the baby. If they haven't had an abortion yet, well, now you've shot them, so there's not going to be a baby. So I think this would be a good time to revisit the purpose of being pro-life, or what that's supposed to mean, right? It's supposed to mean that you're pro-life, right? So that means in favor of life. So that would be not shooting people. Am I getting this confused somehow? It's amazing to me how many people claim to be pro-life, but they're really anti-life in a lot of senses. And it's not that they're pro-life, it's that they're anti-choice. Otherwise, they would be against the death penalty, and after the child is born, they would care about its general well-being. But most of the times, all these people who are professing, we need to save the fetus, we need to save the unborn baby, it's a life, they care so much about it until it's born. And then they don't give a shit anymore. Active shooter Colorado Planned Parenthood. I would think this brave hero is saving innocent baby lives. Now there were multiple tweets calling this guy, this murderer, a hero. Planned Parenthood kills 1 million babies and no one bats an eye. But one brave hero tries to put a stop to that, everyone loses their minds. So this guy goes into a place, shoots people, injures 9, kills 3, and we're gonna call him a brave hero. Let's learn a little bit more about this hero. He was charged with 2 counts of animal cruelty. He was charged with being a peeping Tom, and his wife accused him of domestic assault. Yeah, let's just, lift this guy right up. Let's praise him because he's a hero. Folks upset that murderers and murder enablers died at hashtag Planned Parenthood, but babies die at hashtag Planned Parenthood every day. Why shouldn't adults? Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that there's no difference between abortion and killing an adult. These people are trying to argue that, well, I'm against murder, but since it's already happening, why not have more murder? Pro-life. Somehow it's logical that more murder isn't such a bad thing. I mean, 2 wrongs make a right, assuming that the people that were there were even there to get an abortion at all. We have no idea why we're there. Like I said before, most of the services Planned Parenthood provides has nothing to do with abortion. It has to do with birth control and testing and prevention and all that other good shit. It's not about abortion. It's not like the abortion clinic. And this one's really bad. ISIS would be a justifiable end for these baby killers. Please go to Syria and leave these babies to live a free life in America. Hashtag PP shooting. I don't understand why certain words here are capitalized. It's very difficult to read through whenever the grammar is just off, there's no punctuation. But anyways, so we're saying that ISIS would be a justifiable end for these, quote, baby killers. So you're pretty much saying people who work at Planned Parenthood deserve to die, and that is because of your belief that abortion is wrong, which most likely stems from your religious beliefs. So you're saying that killing people because they don't go along with your religious beliefs is justifiable, and that you should send them to a horrible death. For example, ISIS, because they're the enemy, right? Because they're those crazy people out there that, you know, kill for their religious beliefs. I don't know, but to me that sounds pretty hypocritical, because what you're calling for is terrorism. I don't care if you're a Christian extremist or you're a Muslim extremist. Terrorism is terrorism. Killing in the name of faith or a belief system because somebody doesn't agree with you, that is terrorism. So recommending ISIS is kind of funny. So those are just some of the tweets on a website. I will have a link in the description below if you want to read the rest of these idiotic tweets. But I just wanted to share these tweets with you guys because I was kind of surprised to some extent that people would go as far as to call this shooter a hero. 3 people were murdered. One of them was a police officer. That also, by the way, fun fact, happens to be a pastor. So if you're all religious thinking this guy was a hero, well, he just shot a pastor. So how much of a hero is he now? He shot people. He's abusive to his wife. He's got animal cruelty. I'm just kind of baffled that people would call. I said I wasn't going to be surprised, and here I am getting all surprised. But the part that does not surprise me is that people who, quote, are pro-life are very much not pro-life in the majority of cases. Like this one, for example, where they are praising murder. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. I know I had a lot of requests to do a video on this topic. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, share it everywhere, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click right here on my face to subscribe. All of my social media links are in the description below. Thanks to everyone following me and supporting me on Patreon. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.